But it's definitely in a more developing phase. You know, DHL had shared services for 15 years or so, and you know, we were one of the most recognised in the industry, as you know. So taking on a new role where you're learning, you know, not from scratch, but you know, first of all, you need to learn a business. Second thing, you need to learn about what the business is trying to do, and then obviously take on running 2 shared service centres, finance transformation from a process and from a system perspective. It's in some ways a bigger role and a bigger challenge, because you're starting with some of the things you're used to being in place, not in place. So, you know, things like process standardization, looking at automation is something that we're not ready for yet. So we've got a lot of work to do on documentation of our processes, trying to drive standardization, and if you like, a catalogue of services as opposed to random processes done for different entities. And that's really the focus at the moment. And then, you know, then it's a case of putting in place what you've learned from, you know, 5-6 years leading one of the best organisations in the industry to try and rapidly catch up. So you don't want to sort of take 5 years to get where you were last year, if you like, with DHL. It's a case of learning and implementing things quicker. So as we talked about earlier, the analogy of mobile phones, if you were going into a country that didn't have telephony, you wouldn't put in a fixed line, you'd go straight to mobile. And so with technology now, you can rapidly catch up, but the fundamentals are still that need to be in place. You know, the standardization of processes, the SLAs and the capacity management, and managing the right KPIs, driving the right behaviours, building the relationship with your counterparts and the entities is really fundamental to any shared service centre, and you know, we've still got some of those elements to put in place. So exciting times. I'm really enjoying it so far, but there's a lot of hard work to come, for sure. No, I think it's spot on with your answer. I think that, you know, now you've got I'm working for a company who firmly believes in the shared services model, and it's a case of proving that value more and more. And I think there's a desire to have more activities run through our global shared services cross-functionally, which, you know, maybe wasn't the same sort of drive previously. But we've definitely got top executive sponsorship, which makes a massive difference. And again, it's just a case of delivery. You know, if we deliver quality, we deliver benefits beyond the obvious, then I think everyone's happy. You can give people exciting and interesting careers, and have some fun doing it. Good question. I think we're still trying to perfect that. But I think fundamentally it comes down to, in a smaller organisation, you can drive change much faster. And that is exciting to be part of. It's also the fact that as a smaller organisation, you get opportunities maybe quicker than you would in a larger one. If you look at it selfishly, if I'm joining a smaller shared service centre, I've got less competition when it comes to you know, promotion, when it comes to you know, maybe getting involved in projects or getting involved in new activities. That, you know, you're maybe the talent pool's not as big because the headcount's not as big, and therefore the opportunities are more. So that could be some of the opportunities for a new you know, in a smaller centre. But at the end of the day, it's about looking after people. It's about giving them opportunities. It's about you know, making sure that as a leader, as a manager, you're there to make them successful. And if we never forget that, whether you're a large centre or a small one, you won't go wrong. I think we've got a great location in central Malaysia, central KL, right next to KL Central. So that's a great location for people, you know, wherever they come from, whether they come from further out, whether they're central, located in KL themselves. So definitely a plus point is the travel links, and that definitely helps attract people. I think at the end of the day, when people leave university and come and work at a new organisation, location is quite important for them, because they're not going to work out of the airport by default, by choice. They will look for locations where they've got central located, it's easy to get to, it's easy to get home, it's easy to go out in the evening for dinner, etc. You know, Malaysians love food. And so, you know, having that central location definitely makes a difference. And, you know, at the end of the day, we have to work hard on the brand. There are a lot of shared services in Malaysia. A lot of them are small, niche, if you like, and some medium-sized ones and some very big ones, as we know. So you're competing in a very competitive market. At the end of the day, location is one factor, and if people enjoy the experience of working for your shared service centre, then that's definitely another factor, because word of mouth is massive for us at the moment. We're recruiting people and we're expanding, we're growing, and you know, a lot of people are bringing their friends or ex-student colleagues into the organisation, so we must be doing something right.